Hello, Make It Yourselfers, and anybody else who happens to come across this video. Today, I'm not going to be sharing my usual recipes or tutorials for making natural homemade skincare and cosmetics and soaps. Today, I'm not coming to you as a blogger. I'm coming to you as the wife of a fisherman here in Europe. I'm also coming to you as a woman who has experienced wonderful healing by eating the foods that our ancestors used to eat, like grass-fed beef and wild-caught fish. Today I'm coming to you with a distress call, and I know that that sounds overly dramatic, but just hear me out. This is very important. Here in Europe, our ability to access clean, healthy food is once again under attack. The new European Union Commissioner of Fisheries, Kostas Kadis, will be making a decision next week that could affect the entire fishing fleet here in the Mediterranean. They are trying to vote in a regulation that would restrict the fishing boats here to only fish 27 days a year. Yes, that's correct, 27 days. While it sounds ridiculous and it sounds impossible, that is exactly what they are trying to do. Imagine if you were told that you could only work for less than 1 month every year. How would you feed your family? How would you pay your bills? How would you keep your business afloat? And here in Europe, how would you pay the exorbitant taxes that are imposed on us every single day? With as ridiculous as this restriction is, you can see this is not just a restriction. It's a death sentence for the entire fishing industry and the industries that depend upon it. They're going to tell you that this is about sustainability, but it isn't. It's about control. They want to destroy the independent fishermen like my husband and replace them with corporate fisheries. Corporate fisheries is just another word for the toxic fish farms that destroy the marine ecosystems around them. They will tell you that fish from these fish farms are bioidentical to the wild fish that my husband catches, but rest assured they do not have the same effects on your health. They also aren't as environmentally friendly as they would have you believe. For years, they have already been silently, slowly reducing the fishing fleet by imposing severe regulations. They have already reduced the number of fishing days for an average of 130 days per year. This means that the few fishermen that have been able to withstand all of their restrictions are only able to fish for just a little over a third of each year. From what I understand, these reductions in the fleet and these restrictions have done nothing to show any appreciable benefit. All they have done is to restrict our access to clean, healthy food at a reasonable cost. In fact, every time the fishermen are forced to stop, they have to spend several days clearing the seafloor bed before species return and they are able to actively fish them again. Even when they have tried to completely ban the fishing of certain species like the thellinas, which are a small mollusk here in Spain, that has done nothing to increase their population. And in fact, their numbers have continued to decline even when nobody is fishing them. And yet they continue to unfairly blame the fishermen. Meanwhile, they ignore the real problems. They refuse to speak to the fishermen. These are people who are in the sea every day and could provide invaluable information. They refuse to address real issues like pollution. Meanwhile, the fishermen are removing tons of waste from the Mediterranean every year. They also refuse to address the overpopulation of certain predatory species like the tuna. The tuna fish used to be here just seasonally, and now these massive fish are here year-round, eating everything in sight. I've seen pictures of just small specimens that when opened up had kilograms of red shrimp inside them. Despite the fact that the fishing quotas for the tuna fish this year were met within just a couple of days, they show no signs of wanting to revisit their policies, and meanwhile they impose heavy fines and sanctions on anybody who dares fish these species. So now my husband and hundreds of other fishermen from all over the Mediterranean are joining together. They are going on strike next week. They're not asking for handouts. They are just looking for the right to continue to work, the right to provide for their families, the right to continue to provide you with clean, healthy, fresh fish. So while this is obviously important to me because it affects my livelihood, it isn't just about me and it isn't just about the fishermen. it is also about all of the other industries that depend upon them. It's about our ability to obtain fresh, healthy food at a reasonable price. It's about freedom. It's about standing up to a system that wants to control every aspect of the way we live, from the food we eat to everything we do. By cutting off our access to clean, healthy food, they're continuing on their quest to enslave us because strong, healthy people are a threat to the global elite and their agendas. They have already used similar measures to restrict and reduce the farming and ranching in the Netherlands. In the name of the Agenda 2030 that is said to be about reaching zero hunger, it appears that they are only cutting our ability to obtain healthy food. You may not have heard anything about this on the news. We can no longer rely on the legacy media to get us the information we need to know. You probably know by now that they are funded by the very people who are fighting against us. They are only funding one side of every story, and that side rarely benefits either you or me. So if you are watching this video, we need you. We need your voice. We need your strength and your courage to stand with us. Spread this message. Write your leaders and let them know that this tyranny cannot continue. Don't let them silence us. Spread the word. Thank you.